Hey, yo, what's up? It's your boy DZ. Check me out on the upcoming episode of Only Touch Greatness podcast. Shout out my guys.
Come on. They say I've been blessed for a long time. Long time. I've been out this mess for a long time. Long time. Mama told me never stress, that was a long time. Long time. Cause you have been blessed. They say I've been blessed for a long time. Long time. I've been out this mess for a long time. Long time. Mama told me never stress, that was a long time. Long time. Cause you have been blessed.
I'm so bold, I ain't gonna fold. I'm so cold, I created the mold. I'm so slick, I'm on some mafia shit. So everywhere I go, I rep the mafia, bitch. I'm out for the chips, I'm trying to get paid, ho. Got killers on the payroll that'll kill if I say so. I'm just trying to lay low and get my issue. It's West Coast Mafia and game official. Seattle's in this bitch plus Sacramento. And I don't know nothing when they ask for info. Sack of Indo is what I inhale. And I don't know nothing when they ask for intel.
If I tell you I love you, I really mean it from the heart. If I tell you it's fuck you, that mean that you ain't play your part. I was feeling I'm lucky, was in your pocket like a booster. Now this shit looking ugly, cause we ain't rocking like we used to. If I tell you I love you, I really mean it from the heart. If I tell you it's fuck you, that mean that you ain't play your part. I was feeling I'm lucky, was in your pocket like a booster. Now this shit looking ugly, cause we ain't rocking like we used to.
I ain't got time to play with you, bitch. I only got time for making these chips. I only got time for busting these plays. I've been up all night in the same clothes for days.
My day will come. It's all so clear. My day will come. Just all to share.
I get the weed, rip open the packaging. I'm ballin' so hard I might not even rap again. The prosecutor wanna hit me with trafficking, but I'm still out here moving, trying to get on the map again. It doesn't get more official than me, baby. And if you think I wanna fuck with you, you must be crazy. I don't want one of these lazy broke bitches. I'm a whale, I can't be fucking with goldfishes. New Louis glasses with the gold on them. Been in the game 20 years and I ain't gon' fold on them. I'm in my cutlass, it's the color of Kleenex. About to hop a flight tomorrow night and get out to Phoenix. Sold a gang of tree but never pushed a bit of pearl. Every choice I make, I'm thinking of my little girl. I'm just trying to make it home to my daughter. Cause right now all I'm focused on is being a father.
It's all so clear. My day will come.
There you are. DZ the legend. What's happening, man?
What's happening, big dog?
Oh man, I can't call it, man. Loving life, man. For real, for real. I was like, yo, I was studying you, and I was like, yo, man, shit, you part of this family, this well life, man. Like, shout out to Rich the Factor, man.
Come on, man. You already know.
Already.
So
Why are you from Kansas City, bro?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I'm from KC, and it's crazy, right? My cousin, and shout out to S to the B. He used to do beats with Rich the Factor. He did a couple of songs with Rich, I think. He maybe did a few more songs with Rich. Rich is real tight though. You know what I'm saying? I think he came down to my city one time. I ain't gonna hold you.
So you're from Kansas City, Kansas, or Kansas City, Missouri?
Oh, Kansas City, Missouri. KC
Okay.
Mo.
Okay, you're right from where Rich is at.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I've been there a few times, bro.
No shit.
We went to Gates Barbecue.
Oh yeah.
We went to Jack Stack's Barbecue.
Oh yeah, he took you everywhere. You know, I know how rich he is.
We went to chicken Go Chicken, I think.
Yep, go chicken go.
and we went to Seventh Heaven record store.
Oh yeah, the legendary, the iconic. It just closed this year too.
Really?
Yeah, it just closed. Like I think like a couple of months ago, a month ago, they just said
Damn.
that shit. Yeah, that's a legendary store, man. A lot of people performed. A lot of people made a lot of money from there.
Shout out Greg. He got my stuff up in there. This guy named Greg, and I recently called
Yeah,
there because I hadn't heard from them in a couple years, and they said that Greg had passed away. And
yeah,
he was like the main dude in the music department downstairs, and he was the one
yep.
that was getting all my albums and stuff. You know who he is?
Yeah, I heard of Greg. I've seen him. I've seen him numerous times. I remember
He
Greg.
passed away. I didn't even know.
Yeah, man. It's crazy too. Like a lot of people didn't know that Greg passed, and when people found out Greg passed, I think that's why the store
They,
kind of closed
yeah,
down because of Greg.
yeah. I think it went downhill from there. But
Yeah.
yeah, I've been to KC, and also we went to a Kansas City Chiefs game.
What game?
Yeah,
What game was it? You remember?
I don't even remember, bro. But I was only there for like 2 days, and we did all that. Plus, we went to like a strip club, and Rich had like a show. You
That's
know,
dope. That's
so I
dope.
was there. Me and Rich, we've been locked in since like 2003, and
Mm.
we got 5 group albums together. I don't know if you've seen them on there.
Oh yeah, yeah, most definitely. I seen
We
the I
got some
seen the
music.
note.
We got some
Yeah.
music videos and all that. He be coming to Seattle, messing with me all the time.
Yeah, yeah, I seen that. I see that. Yo, I was looking. I was like, oh shit. I tried to get to tap in. I was trying to tap in with all of it today. The other day, I was like, yo, I'm gonna go back to it because I
Right.
fuck with that shit right
Well,
there.
that's tight that you're from KC because Rich is one of my best buddies, and I make a lot of music with him. That's a crazy coincidence today. I didn't even know.
That's my nigga, man. I ain't never got the chance to meet him. He's one of the ones I haven't met yet. Him, well, of course, Fat Tone because he passed. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because Fat Tone was really close with my other cousin, Pat Loke. You know what I'm saying? And I think Rich knows Pat Loke too. So it's a lot of people who know.
Is it Tech Nine from Kansas City, Missouri, or is it
Yep.
Yeah.
Kansas?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
most definitely. Casey Mo. Yeah, he from the 50s. Yeah.
There's
And
my
then,
guy. I seen him chime in. He got his Seattle Seahawks hat on today.
yeah, I had to make sure I throw it on, man, being season ticket holder. Plus,
Come on, man. Come on, man. I got the Seattle Supersonics on my
yeah,
head today.
uh,
yeah, I know I hadn't got a chance to
uh.
pipe in yet, but I'm here and up in Vancouver. You know that we've been chatting on Snapchats and stuff for a few weeks now.
I got family out in Vancouver, BC, and
Yeah.
British Columbia.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, I got some family out. I got some family out there. I've been out there once or twice. I've been out there once or twice over the border.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I'm always in Seattle, being Seahawks and then Kraken fan as well. Like I'm back down there in a few weeks. Definitely I'm down there for the Kraken on the 2nd of January. So
Yeah, we'll link up or something. It's all good.
for sure, man. Good to see you and get you on
Right,
here.
right. I was about to
Well,
say too, because my one of my matter of fact, one of Mimi's friends, Coolio's friends, I can't remember their name, but they're celebrities. They're celebrities. They go to Seattle games too. I'm trying to
Okay.
remember their name. I can't remember their name. They TikTok celebrities. They
the
real
one
cool too.
the one guy we interviewed before that's always in Seattle too is Cassius from Shady Records.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, I remember that.
I'm not hip to him, but I know that since we don't have the Sonics right now,
Yeah.
and that they built that new facility. It used to be called the Key
Key.
Arena. Now it's
Yeah.
called the Climate Pledge Arena.
Yeah.
That hockey is a big deal in Seattle right now, and we got a lot of people who support. You know what I'm saying, the Krakens and stuff like that. It's big in Seattle right now.
Yeah, it is, and it's great when my Vancouver team comes down to Seattle to play because they cross the border and everybody comes down to watch the road games. But that Climate Pledge Arena is unreal. It's one of the best arenas I've ever been in.
It's pretty dope, and it's brand new. And I just went there last week, and I saw Usher, and he was sold out, and he was great. He got a great performance. He's a dope artist.
He is.
That's hard.
So, growing up in the Pacific Northwest, who were some of your early influences in getting you into music?
You know, a lot of people ask me this, and it's I got like, I don't know, bro. Since I think it starts with what your parents were listening to, right? And so I come up in a whole different time era where, you know, when people say who were your influences and who did you come up listening to, like I was riding to school with my dad and he was playing Michael Jackson, the Jackson 5, Lionel Richie, Diana Ross, the Pointer Sisters, the Righteous Brothers, Jimi Hendrix, Prince, all the legendary greats. You know what I'm saying? Paul McCartney and Whitney Houston, Bobby Brown, Tina Turner. And these artists that I'm mentioning are like the top tier artists coming up over all these years. So I used to ride around and pops and moms used to listen to that type of shit. And then after me growing up listening to that, I think I got into rap and R&B when I was 8 or 9 years old and was listening to, you know, Too Short in 88 and 89 and NWA and Ice Cube and Eazy-E and Dr. Dre and Domino and MC8 and DJ Quick and, you know, E40 and Spice One and just even Vanilla Ice and even Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. Like, but I was coming up on some shit, bro. Like, so, and then Tupac, you know what I'm saying, turned out to be like my all-time favorite.
Me too.
What I'm saying, when I was a little older.
Mine too.
Just the way he resonates and just his flow and just, you know what I'm saying, his persona. And I always liked Tupac a lot, you know what I'm saying. He stood out to me over the years out of all the people I listened to and all the people I named, you know what I'm saying, in the rap genre. But those were all my early influences and stuff in just music in general. And that's what's combined it, and you know what I'm saying, that's like what my overall probably sound and ear for music really came from, you know?
Right.
Being from the Pacific Northwest, have you ever come across Sir Mix-a-Lot?
Of course. I grew up listening to him, and he's a buddy of mine. They just had a big event last year at I've been to Sir Mix-a-Lot's house out where he stays at and stuff. He got Lamborghinis. He got a big studio in his spot. He invited me out there when I first started rapping on my first album, because the place that I was recording at, you know, and this is my first album and I'm just getting into music, and I'm learning that mixing is a big deal, you know, mixing, you know, your vocals and your beats and everything like that. And so they call him Sir Mix-a-Lot because he's a great mixer and whatever other reasons. But you know what I'm saying, when I was like, damn, you be mixing? He was like, come on, man, I'm Sir Mix-a-Lot. And I was like, all right. So I went out there, he mixed a song for me and said, this is on the house right here. Just let me know if you like my sound and I'll mix your whole project for you. You know, and but I think I went another route and found somebody else to do it because Sir Mix-a-Lot's availability and stuff like that, you know, and it may have gonna be costing a little bit more than, you know, whoever in the local studio type deal. So yeah, I've come across Sir Mix-a-Lot. He's a good buddy of mine. I've been to his spot. He did that mix on one of my first songs, and there was a big event last year at the EMP, and Sir Mix-a-Lot performed. It was like 50 years of hip hop, you know, event, and Sir Mix-a-Lot was there, and he was the head act, and honestly, I just had a brand new baby, and last year she was like a little baby, you know what I'm saying, because she's only a year and a half, 18 months right now, you know. So I went there. I took the baby with me because I had her that day. I always got her, and I went there, and there was thousands of people there. I got through there with the baby, and I seen Sir Mix-a-Lot's boy who really hooked me up with Sir Mix-a-Lot, and he said, "Hey Mix, look who's here!" And boom, Sir Mix-a-Lot saw me, and we all got on the private elevator and went downstairs to the private room at the EMP where he had just did a concert. I really missed the concert and the talking. I got there late, but I got to hook up with him, and we took a picture, and I took one of his CDs and got him to sign it and stuff because I got an autograph collection, and And yeah, bro, Sir Mix-a-Lot, he's a cool guy. He had Dick's hamburgers and fries all in the dressing room. You know, like when you go somewhere and they're like, yo, what kind of food do you want us to cover or get here? You know what I'm saying? He had Dick's cheeseburgers and stuff. You know, that's like a staple spot in Seattle. Like,
yeah, it is. That's what I was about to say. I was about to say that. Yeah, that's legendary in Seattle.
Yeah, so like my guy out in KC, that's like equivalent to Gates Barbecue being like a legendary barbecue spot. This is like a staple,
right.
This is like a staple burger spot that everybody goes to called Dick's, and it's right next to the Key Arena, Climate Pledge Arena. So it's like there's crazy traffic through there for all events. You know what I'm saying? Even my guy from Canada was just chiming in saying he knew about Dick's. He's probably been there after the Kraken game or something. You know?
Yeah, and a bunch of times, and I know that that's the one spot you want to go get a picture. It's a legendary spot for a picture as well.
One of my first videos, I did it in front of Dick's on Lake City Way because it's like such a staple, you know? I've been trying to do videos in front of places, you know what I'm saying, to put the town on the map, like do one in front of the Climate Pledge Arena, do one in front of the, you know, they call it T-Mobile Stadium now. That's where the Mariners play. I did one when it was called Safeco Field there. Like, do one in front of the University of Washington Husky Stadium. Like, do one in front of the Space Needle, you know what I'm saying, in front of the Ferris wheel. Like, I'm trying to put the town on the map. You feel me? So I'm doing it in all, like staple spots. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's for sure. I had this question later, actually. I was
going to hit you with this question. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say how I like how you are putting in all your videos. You're bringing people to Seattle and putting the Seattle in the. I love Seattle as much as I love Vancouver. So like I love it when I see that these people, you had Inhale there, you had Jay Diggs, like you bring in all these people to Seattle to shoot videos.
And this is all it's not it's not so much that I'm bringing them here. It's that while they're here, I'm getting wind of them being here. And I'm networking with them, making something happen while they're here, establishing the connection. And then after that, building the connection because the record comes out so good. And for example, like I did that with Jim Jones. And then the next time he came out, we did the video. And I did that with Freaky Zeke. And the next time he came out, we did the video. And I did that with Mike Jones. I think I sent it to Mike Jones.
Oh, shout out to Mike Jones.
Yeah, and then he came out to Seattle because he was working with somebody out here on a weed strand. And he came out to Seattle and we did the video. And same with Lil Flip. I sent him the track and he came out to Seattle. He was out here for a show and I hit him up and say, yo, let's do the video. And I'll be catching a lot of people just while they're here. You know what I'm saying? And Rich, he flies out special to Seattle just to fuck with me. He don't know anybody from Seattle but me. So it goes hand in hand both ways. Like a lot of people be out of Seattle, like our mutual buddy who hooked us up, Sibo. He's frequently in Seattle. You know what I'm saying? I don't bring him out to Seattle. Seattle's like his second home type deal. You know what I'm saying? He's been coming here, you know, since the 90s or 80s or whatever, since he's been coming, you know?
Yeah, that's what he was telling us. I wanted to know when you met Sibo. Tell us how you met Sibo.
Yeah.
And then go ahead, Prince.
Sibo, I started rapping like in the studio like 2001, like my towards the second year of college, and I just been rap freestyling at parties and stuff like that, getting drunk with my buddies, just kid shit, you know.
Yeah, simple noble kid shit, right?
Just having fun
young
with
shit,
it. Because I love music so much. Maybe we're rapping over top of a Too Short beat with the lyrics on there, just rapping drunk, you know what I mean, at a party, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just Seattle's kind of diverse, hip hoppy, you know what I mean? So boom. So yeah, later the freestyling and party rapping turns into rapping over beats, and I start putting together this project while I'm in Arizona, coming to Seattle, recording in this studio, and like in the early stages of rap, there's like this girl from Portland. First of all, I grew up listening to Sibo, and he's one of my all-time favorite rappers. You know what I'm saying? So there's this girl from Portland. She's a white girl, and she raps, and she reminds me of a girl rapper that I grew up listening to named Marvelous from Sacramento. And she's rapping like Marvelous, you know what I'm saying? Kind of same style, but she's a white girl, you know what I mean, from Portland. And somehow I hook up with her, not sure how I hook up with her. and she's linked up with Marvelous because Marvelous has recognized her for her talent, you know what I'm saying, resembling her and whatnot. And somehow she knows Sibo. And she's like, yo, do you like Sibo? And I was like, damn, he's one of my favorites. She was talking about to hook you up with Sibo. Boom. She just linked it all up like that. Me and Sibo was on the phone. Sibo's like, yo, I'm coming to Seattle. You want to get a verse? It's like $2,500 or $3,000. I'm like, man, I'm 18 years old and shit. You know what I mean? I don't got that type of money right now. You know what I mean? I'm just coming up. I'm in school. I'm hustling. I'm working part time. But I knew some cats I always grew up with people that were older than me. And I knew some cats from the streets that was having some thousands that wanted to rap with Sibo type deal. So I hooked them up with Sibo. And now, boom, Sibo's, you know what I'm saying, like good looking. You looked out, you made it happen for me. And maybe he just puts a little verse on one of my, he's like, yo, what you working on? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna look out for you now. Since you got me, you know, 2,500, 3,000, I'm gonna look out for you. You know what I'm saying? You're my little buddy and stuff. You're my little brother, you know? Sibo's always been like a big brother, you know what I'm saying? And we always had that connection and that relationship. When he was in California, I was out there messing with him. When he was in Atlanta, Georgia, I was out there messing with him. When he was in Arizona, I was out there messing with him. Like me and Sibo been all over together type deal, you know, and he's a very close friend of mine, you know what I'm saying, to this very day.
Yeah. Right. I was about to ask you.
And we got a group album called Mob Related, you know what I'm saying? Because DZ and Sibo Mob Related, and we got a couple visuals that we did for the album too on YouTube. DZ206 is my YouTube channel.
Right.
I got it. I just subscribed.
I was about to ask you too. Yeah, because I just subscribed too. What was one of your favorite Sibo songs and albums?
Like that me, not that me and Sibo did. You're saying in general.
Yeah, in general. And what was your favorite song off of Mob Related too?
I got you. So one of my favorite songs off Mob Related is Blessed. And that's the first song on the album. And we did a video to that one to promote it. And my other favorite song off the album is featuring Rich the Factor. And I forget the name because I got so many songs, but it's on there. Oh, I think it's called Big Timer. It is called Big Timer. And that's one of my favorite songs off the album too. And as far as Sibo being one of my favorite rappers, all his albums are my favorite, starting with his very first, Gas Chamber. You know what I'm saying? Then I love Tales from the Crypt. Then I love Autopsy. Then I love, you know what I'm saying?
Till My Casket Drop.
Till My Casket Drops, one of my favorites. Yeah. Life as the Rider. Sibo Mob Father. He got cuts on every single one and stuff. You know what I'm saying? His little groups that he put together, like, you know what I'm saying? And his group albums with Brother Lynch. I liked that Block Movement.
Block Movement.
I always like when he raps with Killa Tay. I always like when he raps with T Nutty. I always like when he does his little Thug Lord thing with Yuck Mouth. I like those. I like all Sibo's albums, man. He's dope. He's one of my favorite rappers and one of my favorite rappers to work with because his talent and his drive, you know what I'm saying? He's somebody I always looked up to, you know what I'm saying? He's 10 years older than me still to this very day, and he's still doing this shit, you know?
That Blessed music video, can you tell us about that? Because I'm going to use it in the intro.
All right, the Blessed music video. You know, me and Sibo pulled up outside my house and we were just listening to songs. I had a different one in mind for the first video. And Sibo said, we need one with a little bit more, you know what I'm saying, tempo, a little faster or something. Because we had just did a video prior to that with T Nutty off me and T Nutty's upcoming group album and called Playmakers. And Sibo was a feature, so it was me and T Nutty and Sibo, and it got like 70,000 views in 1 month and kind of took off. And so Sibo was like, if we're coming with another video after that one, since that one had so much momentum and motion and everybody liked it, we got to pick a faster song. So we ended up picking that Blessed one, you know what I'm saying, together. Most of the time, I'm just picking the video, the song, the person's coming, you know what I mean, we're doing it, whatever. But we picked that one together. Then since it was like, he was saying Blessed, I kept thinking like something about a church. And I think he even mentioned a church. So half the video was done in front of a church and it was a church. I actually went to a K through 8. I went to a private Catholic school called St. Joseph's, and that half the video was done in front of St. Joe's right there, because that was where I, you know what I'm saying, went, and the first church I ever seen, you know what I'm saying, and I like to take things, you know what I'm saying, back and make it make sense. So that's why I did it in front of my grade school church, you know what I'm saying? It only makes sense to do it there. And then the other location was a spot that my cameraman knew about downtown, where in downtown Seattle, where it kind of looked grimy and gutter. It was grimy and gutter where we were at. We was in like on a second level parking garage somewhere where he had, you know, scouted out that before. And boom, we did it and we put it out and it came out great. And it's on YouTube now and you could check it out. And it's still fairly new. I think I didn't do videos for like one whole year because of some shit that happened. And finally I just got back to it and stuff, and said, man, I got to hit these guys hard. I'm going to do 10 new videos with all my favorite rappers and Inhale, who's up and coming, who's Nate Dogg's son. And
right. Shout out to Inhale. Right. Shout out to Inhale. We had him on the show too.
Okay. Yeah. He's tight. He's a good dude. And I like him.
Real dude.
I always liked Nate Dogg, and he was somebody I grew up listening to. And
me too.
And I like how Inhale sounds like his dad, but also he's original. And I like how he's carrying on the legacy, and he's relatively, and I like how other people are embracing him, like Snoop Dogg, and he's getting love where he goes and stuff like that. And he's still relatively new and maybe only got a couple albums, but I think he's got big things coming in the future. And I wanted to just, you know, make the connection with him early as I could. As soon as I learned about him, you know what I'm saying, I hit him up a couple times and we just organically connected like that. And he was like, yo, you're from Seattle? I lived in Seattle for 2 years or something and played football at the University of Washington Huskies.
Yeah, he did.
And so we kind of had like that, we kind of had that connection. And then Corrupt is a good friend of mine, and he's got a relationship with Corrupt.
Shout out to Corrupt too.
Yeah, shout out with Corrupt. Corrupt really discovered me, like, you know what I'm saying? When I was going to school in Arizona, I was at a basketball game, and my partner Mario came through, and he was like, yo, are you at the game? And I was like, yep. And he was like, Corrupt is coming through the entrance right now. I'm with him. Come run up and meet him. I was just telling him about you. And this was like when I had my very first album or something, you know? And I run up there and I meet him, and like Corrupt from the Dog Pound, he's one of my all-time favorite rappers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Boom, I shoot up there and I meet him, and I give him one of my CDs, and he's so friendly. He acts like he already knows me. And I'm like, yo, what are you doing out here? And he's like, I'm shooting a movie. You want to be in the movie? And I was like, yeah, I'll be in the movie as a little extra or whatever you're talking about. So he put me in this movie that he was shooting in Arizona when I was going to college out there, called Cut Off. I'm like a little extra. They kick open the ambulance doors, and I'm there with like a gun or something. I even think I had like a gold grill back then before Paul Wall was even around. And then Paul Wall came out with a gold grill, and everybody kept telling me I looked like Paul Wall, and I threw that shit out. It was before I was even rapping, like, really honestly, like, but boom. So Corrupt, I told Corrupt, yo, I know a dude. When I approached him and met him, I said, I know a dude that want to give you some money to do a verse while you're in Seattle, because I'm always thinking money. I'm fucking with some Arizona guys at their studio. They're like, DZ, we know you know a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, being from Seattle and seeing who I got on my first album, like Marvelous, Spice One, Badass, just a King George from Masterpiece, TRU, like a few little features, you know what I'm saying. And so they're like, man, I wish you knew Corrupt. Next day, it's just coincidental that I run into Corrupt. And I tell him, you know what I'm saying? So I call the guy, I'm like, yo, you want to get Corrupt on the song? He's in town right now. It's going to be $10,000. And the guy's like, fuck it, I'll do it. And so the next day I take Corrupt through there, just a little studio. He had one of those, I don't know if you ever seen it, but it's just a tall, square, like rectangle. And it's a booth. And it's like on wheels, and you can move it around. He had like a booth where we're just in his living room like that. And so Corrupt went in the booth and did his little thing, and we got the money. And before we even left, you know what I'm saying, he said, DZ, are you working on anything new? And I said, yeah, why? And he said, I'm about to do the intro, the outro. I'm about to rap on it 2 times. And my wife, Gail Gotti, sitting right here, is about to rap on it. And we're going to put Corrupt Presents DZ you're my new killer from Seattle. And I said, get the fuck out of here.
Oh, that's dope.
How much is that going to cost? He said, what? DZ, man, I got you. I was like, man, this is crazy. So my second album is Corrupt Presents, and everything, like I said, went the way he rapped on there, did the intro, the outro. So now I got this major connection with Corrupt, and that I got in the movie. That night I took him to a frat party and showed him how kids are partying in Arizona. He got on the countertops and started sea walking and rapping, and everybody was loving me 10 times more now because Corrupt's my boy, and everybody likes Corrupt, you know? So they're like, if Corrupt's fucking with DZ, you know what I'm saying, he must be doing something. And plus I knew a lot of people on the Arizona campus from just being out there and partying and stuff like that. So when I used to go out there and sell CDs to 45,000 kids on the Arizona campus, and have my backpack full of CDs instead of books, they might have necessarily been buying it because I'm DZ, the greatest rapper in the world. They're just buying it because I'm DZ and I'm their buddy who they're in class with or they're partying with, and it only costs $5 or $10, and everybody got that who's going to the University of Arizona. So I was getting a lot of money in Arizona selling CDs, and I was getting a lot of fame in Arizona. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not even from there. I'm from Seattle, and everywhere you go outside of your city, everybody always says that they treat you like you're bigger and better, you know? Like, you know what I'm saying? They treat you like you're, like when Rich comes to Seattle, they treat him like a celebrity. Like, I don't know, like I know they treat him like out there, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah, most definitely.
When you go, like in Seattle, they might treat SIBO like a celebrity. In Sacramento, I'm sure they do too, but you know what I'm saying? It's different when you go out of town.
Right. It's different when you go out of town as what
they're
you do.
Really thinking you're somebody. They're really thinking you're somebody. Maybe you are, maybe you're not, but they're more like kind of in your own town. They're hating on you more type deal. You know what I mean?
Like, oh yeah, most definitely.
It's more like a competitive competition in your own town. Who's going to blow up? Who's going to do it the biggest? Who's going to?
I always compare.
And I was about. Yeah, I was about to say too. I was about to say that too because that's why I felt like
a lot of rappers get killed in their own city. Fat in their own city, like that guy Chinks that used to rap with whoever out in the East Coast.
Chinks
like,
drugs.
Everybody
Chinks. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Come on, bro. All kinds of rappers are just getting killed. It's a dangerous job and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And even that's why, like, I be seeing little interviews with Bootsy or whatever in Vlad TV, and he's like, "Yeah, man, I had to move out of Louisiana. That's everybody gets killed in their hometown. Like, duh, when you get some recognition or get some money or whatever, you know."
Right. And it's crazy. It's crazy too because when you was just talking about that, because it's a lot of rappers, you know what I'm saying, especially like coming out of KC, like only person that don't never get that is Rich, you know what I'm saying? Like all the other rappers, you know what I'm saying, that might have, you know what I'm saying, a dealing like that because like Jacka, you know what I'm saying? Jacka, you know what I'm saying, getting killed in the Bay, you know what I'm saying? And we had a homeboy named Hustle Made Bugs who got, you know what I'm saying, it's a lot of rappers that got killed over there in KC, you know what I'm saying? Because
KC's a dangerous place, that's for sure. Seattle's a dangerous place too.
Yep.
Everywhere's a dangerous place because everywhere has a dangerous area.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And also though, but those people from those dangerous areas also come to the good areas. So you always gotta, you know what I'm saying, be prepared and have your head on a swivel and be aware of your surroundings and all that, you know?
Right. And I wanted to say this too, man.
I'm still in Seattle, you know what I'm saying? I'm a hometown hero. I ain't left. I don't think I'm too big for anybody, you know what I'm saying? And I'm still out here just moving around, you know what I mean? Just humbly though, you feel me? Like I'm not out here I'm just living, bro. You feel me? I got a daughter. I'm 42 years old. I'm too old for any type of bullshit. I'm like I'm not laying low, but I'm kicking back. You feel me? I'm not out every night. I'm not in everybody's face. I'm not like hella accessible, you know what I'm saying? But I am. Like right now, I'm sitting in my car with the windows down, with the doors unlocked, at next to a gas station, smoking, looking at, you feel me? So I'm not like, you know what I mean? Like I'm still out here, you feel me? But you got to play it safe because anything could happen at any time.
Right.
But I'm trying to not put myself in those type of positions. You feel me? Because a lot of stuff happens because somebody put themselves in a fucked up position and stuff. Like maybe that PNB Rock guy shouldn't have gone to Roscoe's with all his jewelry on in South Central LA with his girlfriend with no security and a machine gun. Like, what was he thinking? You feel me? Like, why'd you put yourself in that position? You got yourself killed. You must not have knew better. You feel me? Or you thought you were invincible, or I don't know what be going, but also you gotta have, you know what I'm saying, what my boy Sam Quinn say is called a near death experience, an NDE. If you never had an NDE, you would never know. You feel me? I had somebody pull a gun out and try to rob me for my jewelry, and I wrestled the guy to the ground and some shit like that. You feel me? So if you never had no shit happen, I had a chain ripped off my neck before and had to chase the guy down the block or something. You feel me? Like if that never happened to you, maybe you're just walking around naive, like, like, come on, man. I'm PNB Rock. Like, no diss to him because I don't know him. I'm just using him as an example. And it's situation that it even happened to him, you know what I'm saying? Because he has some success with his music or whatever the case may be. I'm just saying, don't be put yourself in those type of situations. You feel me? And that's free game.
Right.
Seattle's crazy. I got my chain snatched in Seattle one time back in like 2010, but by like hustler
by a chain snatcher, because the only people that do that are bums and losers and stuff like that.
It was one of the
real hustlers. I'm around some real hustlers and gritters and shit. You feel me? That are earning every dollar. You feel me? And they're earning their name and their title and their position and their establishment and whatever in this game. You feel me? We're working hard. Me personally, I'm working hard out here. I'm on album 49. You feel me? So, you know what I'm saying? Catch up, mustards.
Yeah, I was talking when I should have been listening down there in Seattle, and one of the guys from the Mob Figures, I don't want to really name, but he had a homeboy with him, and I got caught talking outside saying that I was down there for the concert, and I was by myself, and then before I knew it, I was getting robbed in the back while smoking.
Yeah,
we're obviously cutting this part out.
We're cutting this part out?
Yeah.
No.
You can cut out whatever. Chop this up.
Just the part where we're talking about me getting robbed on the air. That's getting cut out.
No, I'm saying you got, but from me to you, and even your boy in KC knows you. Anybody can get robbed anywhere. It's
anywhere, right.
Put yourself in those positions and don't trust strangers. Shit, you're barely supposed to trust people you know and shit. You hear about people.
They the most ones that can get you.
I got too comfortable talking to the guys outside smoking.
Arm's length reach is you're putting yourself at risk, and you never volunteer any extra information and tell them I'm here for the weekend. I'm doing don't tell nobody nothing. Keep that shit yourself, and don't even trust these bitches that you be meeting at the so and so, because another dude could be in their ear telling them, "Yo, you see dude over there? He's looking like a lick. Go see what's up." And then they lure you in with the bitch. You gotta
it was a Seattle guy.
Watch out.
It was a Seattle guy.
Because
I was rolling with Hustler from the Mob Figures, and I was outside smoking, and fucking one of the guys caught me. I was talking to him, told him I was there alone, which was an idiot move. I was naive, but there alone with my chain out.
But answer this though now. From that happening, don't you got a little wisdom from that happening now? And it's gonna be harder to make pull the move on you next time, right?
No, you learn from your mistakes.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Whoever, PB Rock, anybody that this shit's happening to, they must have never had this shit happen to them. You got to really be in this shit to know how to wiggle. You feel me? You can't just be wet behind the ears. I've never been robbed, but I'm like out here like the biggest rapper. Like, come on, bro, you're gonna get robbed.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're gonna get robbed, because 9 times out of 10, even like I had my house broken in before. You know what I'm saying? By one of my cousins. By one of my cousins, man. And this is like over a bitch that I wasn't even fucking. And I was like, nigga. And they come find out I had to go find this motherfucker. I couldn't find this nigga nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just like, you know, even with your own cousins, you know what I'm saying, you could get robbed, you know what I'm saying, or anybody who's close to you, you can get, you know what I'm saying?
It's
Even with
always the
that
closest.
situation, like you gotta be 10 toes, like especially going to LA. LA, you gonna get robbed if you
Yeah.
gonna wear all that.
Hey, I swear to God, it's funny too. That like it's not funny that this is happening, but
Yeah.
I go to LA all the time, right? And I've always worn big time jewelry, right?
Right.
I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky because people are getting killed and robbed in LA left and right. I'm
Right.
all in Hollywood with my jewelry on, like nothing's ever gonna coming
Right.
up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even now though, when I be out there, I have. But since all this shit's been going on the past couple years and I ain't been out there, I ain't gonna be flossing like that out there. But I got lucky. I used to be out there with jewelry on, but I used to have people looking out for me too. Like I would go out there not just on some random shit. I would go out there to visit Corrupt, and I would have a Seattle hat on because I'm always representing, maybe like a Seattle Mariners hat, and I would have my chains on, and I would meet up with Corrupt, and I would meet up with his brother Hump, and they would be like, "Yo, DZ, what the fuck are you doing? For one, you got all your jewelry on. Like, we don't even wear jewelry out here. Like, tuck that shit up. Like, anybody could get it out here. It's hella evil.
Yeah.
It's hella dark. Like, don't
It-
wear your jewelry." And I never listened, but I got lucky and I never got robbed. And then
right.
and then Corrupt taught me about, you know what I'm saying, this is when I'm 18 and shit. Corrupt taught me about how the Seattle hat stands for the Rolling 60s logo. You know what I'm saying? This S. I don't know that. I'm from Seattle. I got the hat on, you know what I'm saying, repping
Right.
Seattle and stuff. He was like, you don't want to encounter nobody with that hat on, whether it's the homies or whether it's the enemies, because they're gonna be like, what's up, cuz? You got the Seattle 60s hat? Like, he was like, wear a different hat, right? Then that was so funny. Like, just, and then I think I wore next time the Seattle logo with the pitchforks down, like the little, you know, like the old school gold and royal blue. And then somebody was like, "Man, that when you put the pitchforks down like that or something, this is disrespecting the GDs or something like that." I'm like, "Oh man, here you go, man. I can't even rep the town anymore." Like, damn, without somebody wanting to kill me.
That's where you gotta have.
Every time I'm repping it, it stands for Seattle to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a gang member. You feel me? Like, you know what I mean? No disrespect to anybody who is, but I'm saying, like, when I rep it, it's when you see me with the Seattle hat on, it means Seattle, not Rolling 60s.
Right.
Not fuck the GDs, none of that. You know what I mean? So I'm like,
it's a hometown.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I like that. Yeah. Hey, that's a new one. I seen that at the store. I got to get that one now.
Yeah, this one's this season's new hat. Yeah.
I got the starter jacket. I need to get that hat to match my starter jacket.
Yeah, it's sweet. It just came out this year. I picked it up week 1 when I was down there, and then I grabbed a jacket as well, but it's a different color. It's the green one.
Right. Oh, the green jacket?
Yeah, they're basically they're moving away from that. They're moving towards this color again. They're getting rid of the neon green.
Oh, I got you. The neon one. You know, because they got the emerald green that matches that blue.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
I got all the Seattle gear, bro.
Me too, bud. Me too.
Oh, yeah, I can feel that.
I got a whole thing. I don't know if you can see, but I probably showed you.
I believe you. I'll be seeing you in your stuff.
Yeah, you've probably seen it on Snapchat.
You got a Seattle starter jacket or no?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Man, I love.
Hey, I was about to say, you better hope that you ain't unplug nothing. You over there shooting shit.
Right.
We're trying to make sure. We're good. We're still recording.
I just had to say that.
Starter jackets. I don't know if you guys ever had them when you were a kid coming up.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Okay, well, shit. People used to get killed over those motherfuckers. They used to stand for shit too. Like the one that used to be the Los Angeles Kings one. That was like a dangerous one to have, and the Los Angeles Raiders one. One to have. Like, that's the ones that like Ice Cube and Eazy-E, like, you know what I'm saying? Rock, I don't know, but like somehow my mom was like, man, you can't get one of those. So I had like the Seattle one, like I had the Huskies one.
Yeah.
I even had like a Chicago Bulls one, like a Charlotte Hornet. I had all
Yeah, I was about to say I had a Charlotte Hornet one.
man, the ones that you pull over and it was like a half sip right there.
Yep.
And then it said the logo in the front pocket, like those ones. And then the full zip ones too. And then the ones like we've been getting now with the buttons up too. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. Starter's always been the shit. I like.
I always wanted
Me
what the athletic was, the A's, the one that Too Short used to have, and the one that Luke had too, the Miami Hurricane one.
Too Short. Luke, you said?
Yeah, Luke and Too Short, because you remember Luke had the Hurricane.
Luke like Two Live Crew. Come on, man. I'm up on Two Live Crew, man.
Me too. That was the first CDs I ever listened to. Was the greatest hits.
Man, I used to listen. I've been into rap so long. I was listening to this shit when it was on tape, cassette tape. You feel me?
Me too.
Like, yeah, I believe you. I know. I was just saying. I've been listening to it since it was on cassette tape and shit. You feel me? Like, man.
I was about to say, man, like coming from Seattle with the rap scene, right? Like, yeah, I had
I don't even know if we have a rap. I don't even know if we have a rap scene, bro. I don't do this.
It's Macklemore.
I was about to say.
I don't know if we got a scene like that. You feel me? We got little people that'll pop out, you know what I'm saying, here and there out of nowhere, like Macklemore or Sir Mix-a-Lot or, you know what I'm saying, something like that. I don't think anybody.
Nirvana.
There's like a little Mosey guy that kind of.
Yeah, Lil Mosey. Yep.
Like, you know what I mean? But other than that, I don't really do this for the scene. I just do this for DZ.
I find that Seattle's a lot of grunge. There's a lot of grunge music in Seattle. It's the whole Nirvana, Soundgarden, all those bands that came out in the early '90s that are.
Yeah, it's more grungy. It's more grungy. Like I feel like when rap shows go other places, they sell more than when they go to Seattle. Like if I brought Rich the Factor to Seattle to do a show, like, you know what I'm saying, not to say he hasn't done one, you know what I'm saying, around here before, but I'm just saying, like, is a bunch of people gonna come? Am I gonna make my money back? Like that just goes for anybody. I don't know how supportive. If Jadakiss came with Seattle, be like, oh shit, Jadakiss, one of the dopest rappers ever to spit, is coming to Seattle. Let's go check him out at the show. Or would nobody really go? Like, you know what I'm saying? Seattle's funny like that, bro. You feel me?
Hippie town.
Like with me and Sibo been talking. I'm like, yo, we're gonna do a show. You know what I'm saying? Sibo's one of my favorite rappers. Is Sibo gonna sell this motherfucker out, or is there not gonna be nobody here? And us be, like, Seattle's weird like that. You feel me? It could go either way.
I can get you to show up. I can get you to show up in Blaine, right across the border. About an hour north of you.
What'd you say?
I can get you a show in Blaine, if you know where that is. It's north. It's in Washington, towards the border.
I just wonder, would anybody ever even show up over there?
I don't know, but
we're gonna do. I'm gonna put, me and Sibo been talking. We're gonna put together like a little tour where we go to like. We're gonna go to like Bellingham. We're gonna go to Spokane. Yeah. We're gonna go to Yakima. We're gonna go to Tri-Cities. We're gonna go to Vancouver, Washington. Maybe even do Portland. Like just like a little, you know what I'm saying? Just shake it up real quick and see what it do. You feel me? Just get some CDs out there, shake some hands, like, you know what I mean? Let them know, you know, we're still around, or, you know, if we are here if you're sleeping and you never knew.
Right. Yeah, that's for sure. I'd love to come to the Bellingham one. That's only a 10-minute drive, basically.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So how far is Bellingham from Seattle?
Hour and 40 minutes.
All right.
And I can go from my door here in a city called Coquitlam to Lumen Field in 2 hours and 20 minutes if I don't have a border wait.
Hey, I went to the board one time, me and a couple of buddies. It was like 8:00 at night. We were like, fuck it, let's go to Canada for the night, you know? Like, and so my partners came, we all got in my car, we shot out there. I forget what car I had, maybe like a Chrysler 300C. We're smoking weed on the way, all kinds of shit. Got a bottle. We get up to the thing, right? They're like, pull over to the side, yeah. Right? We pull over to the side. They're like, they come around or something. They're like, come inside, right? We like went inside. I can't even remember. One of my other buddies went up in there. He didn't have his ID or something like that, so they didn't let us get in. But they flagged us. We didn't get up in there that time.
Yeah, of course they did. It's impossible. It's not impossible, but it's super hard, and especially if you got fucking smoking weed on the way.
We came with tinted I got tinted windows. I rolled the window down. They probably smelled some weed. It was like,
oh, of course they did.
Plus, you know what I'm saying, not to mention both of my buddies were black and kind of big and kind of gangsters. So maybe there was a little bit of racial profiling. I don't know. They were like, pull in. I think they like sent the dog out or something, or like somebody came and looked, you know what I'm saying? And at first, me and
it's
my
like that. It's just really strict. They're really strict letting people in going north.
This is what happened. We went in, we showed our IDs, whatever, you know what I'm saying? They came out to the car. My one buddy who didn't have his ID waited in the back seat thinking that we were going to be able to, you know what I'm saying, us two go in, show our IDs, come back out and take off. They opened up the back door, told him, get out and go inside, show your ID. He didn't have it. And that was that. We were on our way back to Seattle. I think it was 2 hours each way.
Yeah, damn. That's exactly what it would be.
Damn.
What a waste of time.
Yeah.
Damn. I haven't been back since. And when I used to go see my family out there, it was like when I was a young kid, you know what I'm saying? And it was older, it was distant relatives that were older, and you know, the majority of them passed away now. So
last month you put out the video with Jay Diggs, like we used to. And
shout out to Jay Diggs, man.
Yeah, shout out Jay Diggs. I just saw him 1 hour ago. He's in Seattle right now. He just flew back because he stays in Hawaii, and he went to the Tyson fight in Texas, and he flew Hawaii to Seattle, Seattle to Texas. And
I was about to ask you, what'd you think about that damn Tyson fight, man?
It was kind of like it was, you know how they be saying it was rigged.
Yeah, they're getting sued.
Well, because but it didn't really matter because they just got out there and did a few, you know what I'm saying, a little more than a little bit of sparring, and got 20 million and 40 million and stuff like that. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what anybody says or anybody thinks. Everything is a business. So that was like a business move. You know what I'm saying? Like to get Mike Tyson back in the ring, you know, that was probably high demand. People wanted to see him, and because he's so great. Like I grew up loving Mike Tyson. Like,
yeah,
I got a crazy Mike Tyson story right after I finished this line, but basically they didn't both give their all. When I seen Mike Tyson sparring, I saw him going crazy.
Right, me too. That's what's
he didn't go crazy on Jake Paul like that. Jake Paul, I seen him throwing power punches like he was going to knock Mike Tyson out. He didn't throw one of those at Mike Tyson. So they didn't give their full. It wasn't a very aggressive fight, you know what I'm saying? And I think there were parameters and limitations and stuff like, yo, you want to kill Mike Tyson or you want to get 40 million? Like, if you go in there and you just drill him in the face, everybody's going to be pissed at you. Why would you want to go do that to Mike anyways? And Jake Paul's like, you're right. I don't want to do that to Mike. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to give people a good show. You know what I'm saying? I don't care whether I win or lose. Like, I'm going down in history for fighting fucking Mike Tyson. And now I'm going down in history for winning. I don't know if I don't think it was determined that Jake Paul was going to win. I just think that when people are betting and people are looking at reality, maybe they're thinking Jake Paul's bigger, Jake Paul's faster, Jake Paul's stronger, Jake Paul's younger. Those factors right there make Jake Paul the winner. You know what I'm saying? Like by when you're betting, because I think like the betting books, they were saying Jake Paul is going to be the winner, not Mike Tyson.
I bet on the tie, I bet on the tie.
Mike Tyson. I wanted Mike Tyson to win. If I was going to bet, I was going to bet on Mike Tyson. Just a couple hundred. Not like I'm having just going to blow my whole bank account on betting on Mike Tyson, but just the funness of betting on Mike Tyson. Maybe I win. If not, I lose $100 or $200. Maybe I win $400. You know what I mean?
I figured they were going for the tie, and then they would come back and do a second one where they can make more money.
But if they were fighting like full fighting, it was going to be over in round 1 or 2. Somebody was going to get knocked out or hurt. For it to go all 8 rounds or whatever it went, you know what I'm saying? Like that was a long time. Yeah. That was a good workout for Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. Like that was. Yeah, like that got you like breathing heavy. Like that was a good workout for 20 million and 40 million.
Right. And just by that anyway, it was just
And that
like,
man, and also that man made somebody think Mike Tyson's weak, and maybe they wanted him to think that. Maybe now Mike Tyson has a fight with somebody who thinks he's weak, and Mike Tyson goes crazy mad dog on him and knocks him out. Or who knows, bro? Like
right.
everything is like a strategy move for the next move. Like, you know, if it was a part 2 or whatever, you know, or maybe how they. I don't know if you watched towards the very end. But Mike Tyson was like, who would you want your next fight to be with, Mike?
Yeah.
Mike was like, Paul, the other brother.
Oh yeah, Logan. Yeah.
Logan Paul. And Logan Paul was like, it was almost like it wasn't scripted, or it was like he and Logan Paul, he was like, his expression, he was like, Mike, come on, man. Mike, I'll kill you. Like that's what he said, right? Like literally, he was like, Mike, come on, get out of here. I would kill you. Like maybe like I don't know if is he the better fighter out of him and his brother or something?
I don't know. He's a WWF wrestler.
But the craziest thing is he fought Mayweather. He's the one that fought Mayweather.
Logan
and he got
Paul
beat.
Is?
Yeah, Logan the one that fought Mayweather, and Mayweather whooped him.
I don't think so.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, because I thought it was Jake. I thought it was Jake. It was Logan that fought Mayweather. I think.
Do we think Mayweather would beat up Mike Tyson in a real fight or no?
Oh no. I don't think so. And I don't think so.
That's a nice one though.
He's good with his offense, but as like actually beating him up, like I don't know. I couldn't see it. Even with Jake Paul, like what Jake Paul did, like even if you go back to some of the fucking rounds, you could see that Mike Tyson was playing with this dude because he could have knocked him out. He could have knocked him out first round.
Wasn't allowed to throw an uppercut.
I noticed that right away. Here goes my Mike Tyson story real quick. I'm a young kid and I'm in Las Vegas with my mom and dad, and we're going to the Diana Ross concert. And Mike Tyson's there because he lives in Las Vegas. He's the big time fighter in Vegas at the time. I'm thinking I'm like 9 or 10 years old and stuff at the time, right? And Mike Tyson's there, and he's there a little early. He's there a little early before the fight's happening, and we're at the hotel a little early before the concert's happening. And Mike Tyson's in a jewelry store inside the hotel. I forget the hotel. It seems like maybe an old one that they knocked down, wherever. You know what I'm saying? Wherever they had the Diana Ross concert back then, but I'm sure she was there plenty of times. But boom, he's in the jewelry store, and everybody's lined up against the glass, and they're saying it's Mike Tyson, it's Mike Tyson. And me and my dad go over there, and my dad's like, it's Mike Tyson, the boxer. And when I was a kid, I used to like be asking for autographs and stuff. I used to go to the Sonics games, and I used to ask Sean Kemp and Gary Payton and all these guys, you know what I'm saying, for autographs. So I knock on the glass. Out of everybody, I swear there's 300 people against the glass. There's only him in the jewelry store, the people that are showing him the jewelry, and he says he has a white brother, and his white brother's there. I don't know if they're foster brothers. I don't know what the situation is. His white brother, I remember, has long hair. And I knock on the glass, and Mike Tyson points at me and says, go to the door and come in. And so I race over to the glass door to where the security's at. And he said, step back. What are you doing? And I said, Mike Tyson just said I can come in. And he said, yeah, right. Get the fuck out of here. And I said, no, look, he's waving me in right now. And at this point, my dad's still over there, and he doesn't even know what's going on. He doesn't even notice that I'm not by his side anymore. He looks over, and now he races over to where I'm at, and he's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, Mike Tyson said I could come in. And he's like, get out of here. And I was like, no, look, he's waving us in right now. And he's sure enough, he's waving us in. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I'm like this little white boy that's knocking on the glass, asking for an autograph, and he's just cool like that. You know what I'm saying? So boom, we go in, they shut the door, they lock it, the bodyguards stand at the front. Mike's like, come over. This is a true story, I swear to God. I come over, Mike's like, hey, how you doing? He talks like with a lisp and stuff, you know what I'm saying? We shake hands, my dad shakes hands with him, and I say, Mike, can I get your autograph? Mike gives us the autograph, and I say, what are you doing here? And he said, we're going to the Diana Ross concert. and we say, we're going to the Diana Ross concert too. Have a good night, Mike. We appreciate you. We're from Seattle. Boom, we're out. In the middle of the concert, they acknowledge Mike Tyson in the house. She stops the concert. She's like, hey, special shout out to Mike Tyson in the house at my concert. He stands up. They put a little spotlight on him and stuff. He throws it up. He sits back down. Everybody cheers and stuff. He's in the house. You know what I'm saying? And right before that, I got his autographs.
Wow. That's crazy.
Hey, that's real quick, that same exact trip. I don't know, we were somewhere else and we were walking through some hotel and they were like, that's Bart Simpson right there. And I was like, Bart Simpson, you know, like the cartoon character.
Yeah.
So I was like, what? Bart Simpson? I watch Bart Simpson all the time. And somebody's like, that's Bart Simpson. And then it's a girl. And her name is Nancy Cartwright. The voice of Bart Simpson all these years is a female. It's a female named Nancy Cartwright. And I got her autograph and stuff, and we framed up a little picture of Mike Tyson and put it up there on a plaque, and did the same thing with Bart Simpson. And one more quick one for you is I was at a Mike Tyson fight in South Carolina, Myrtle Beach. There's a place called the All-Star Cafe. I think it's the fight that Mike bites Evander Holyfield's ear off, right? Yep. And we're there. My family's there. You know what I'm saying? It just happens to be the Tyson fight. We don't go there for the Tyson fight, or maybe we do. I'm not sure. And so, you know, everybody like, it's like, hey, it's LL Cool J. I was like, what? LL Cool J? He's like one of my, like, he's somebody I grew up listening to too. Like, as far as the East Coast, I had all LL Cool J shit. I had all Ice-T shit. I had everybody's shit. You know what I mean? So I went over there. He's in like a little private area, and I go over there and I said, hey, LL Cool J. And he's like, hey, come on in. No problem. I'm like a kid, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, what's going on? And I was like, man, just chilling. Just out here from Seattle visiting some family, because I got a lot of family from North Carolina on my mom's side, and we were at South Carolina kind of on the beach just hanging out with the family, you know what I'm saying, for a couple of days or something. And we ran into LL Cool J, and he invites me in the little private area, and he says, go ahead, sit down, watch the fight with me. And I've watched the fight with LL Cool J and get a picture and an autograph, and we framed that up and put that on the wall too.
Wow, that's crazy. And shout out to LL Cool J. He's a dope person. I can always tell, like,
man, he's got good vibes. He's a nice guy, you know what I'm saying? And so all these situations that I mentioned, it's like, it's weird how I've been linking with all these rappers. Like, how am I linking with Rich the Factor and C-Bo and Too Short and Messy Marv and like just all these legendary rappers, like Corrupt. Like, I don't know, bro. It's always been something about me that somehow I'm like, it's got to be more than just luck. It's got to be more than just a coincidence. It's got to be, you know what I'm saying, God's plan or some type of bigger purpose or
you're
just
blessed, man.
I'm blessed. Like the C-Bo video, I just got that magic, you know what I'm saying? Because how does like I just get picked out of 200 people up against the glass to get invited in? Like, he didn't do that with anybody else. And how do I just get, you know what I'm saying, just so lucky that I run into LL Cool J. He invites me in the whole section, and I sit down, and I'm 12 years old, and I watch the Mike Tyson fight. You know what I mean? Like, just, I don't know. And then I'm like so blessed to have these relationships with all these artists. You know what I'm saying? Like C-Bo and Rich the Factor and Corrupt, and these are like legendary people that I grew up listening to. And sometimes I'll be like, damn, how do I even like it? It dawns on me after, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I'm in the moment, you know what I mean? When I was hanging out with Corrupt, sleeping on his couch, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like registering like, yo, this is Corrupt, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it wasn't, you know what I'm saying? When it's not happening anymore is when you realize what you really had, you know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? So but we lived up every moment, and everything was beautiful, you know? Shout out to Corrupt, man.
Right. And I was about to ask you too. You did a song with Sauce Walka. Ooh wee. I like Sauce Walka and Hustle Gang.
He came to Seattle, and I heard he was out here, you know what I'm saying? Somebody linked me up with him. We linked up, I pulled up in my old school Cutlass, and he was like, "Woo!" And it's a convertible. It's summertime. He's like, "Woo!" That boy got an old school Cutlass. And then I had some good little weed, and we was smoking. He was like, "Man, this weed is bomb." And then he was like, "Man, what?" Like just talking about getting in the studio and shit. You know what I'm saying? So shout out Sauce Walker. He's a cool guy, man. He's a funny character. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Like,
yeah, he is.
yeah, I like him. I like him. He's a cool guy, man.
Right, he's a very cool guy, man. He's such a real one, man. Like he actually like taps in what a lot of regions. You know what I'm saying? They try to build a network with a lot of people, like all of us. You know what I'm saying? For real. Like, and I wanted to say, like the new album that you had, Men of Honor. You know what I'm saying with Al Pacino. Like,
Oh yeah,
how dope is just and shout out to Al Pacino. He's another
man.
real one,
Shout out to
man.
Al
Like.
Pacino, man. That's my guy, man. It's so crazy that this is my
And we
guy.
gotta get him on the show too one day. And like, what was one of your favorite songs on there?
I'm gonna send him the link to this one when this one's done, and
Oh, that's love.
I'm gonna try to line that up for you, bro. You feel me?
Oh damn, that'd be an honor. That'd be another dream.
You know him and Rich just did an album, right?
Yeah. I can't think of the name of the title, but
Midwest Tycoons.
Tycoons. Yep.
Yep. And he's from, you know what I'm saying, close to where KC's at. He's from Akron, Ohio.
Ohio. Yep.
Akron, Ohio. And he got another buddy, Young Bossy, that I did an album with that I like a lot. And I just seen Young Bossy and Shoddy Boy, who's another dude from Akron, Ohio, just did an album with Rich. So it seems like KC and Ohio are kind of in close, you know what I'm saying, connection, I guess, since it's the Midwest, you know?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I was about to say shout out to Shoddy Boy and Young Bossy too, because they be tapped in.
And sometimes I be forgetting, a couple of my one of my favorite rap groups is from Ohio, Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Bone Thugs and Harmony, which we had them on the
Bone
show
Thugs
too.
and Harmony is legendary. Like, come on, bro. I got songs with Busy Bone and Lazy Bone, and I used to know, and I still know them, but I'm saying I used to have this buddy who was rapping. He was a white kid from a close area, and I don't know, he had like this bomb ass studio and everything, and he Bone was his favorite rap group, right? And that this is when they was like fucking triple platinum, like they were so major, you know what I mean? Like I don't know, so somehow he got the same manager as Bone, Steve Lobel, which is Bone's manager, and he was Nipsey's manager at one point. He's big in LA. Like
we know who he is, yeah.
Yeah, you know who he is. All right, so boom, he had him as the manager and was going on shows with them guys. And I was a close friend of his. And when Lazy Bone was in town and Bone Thugs was in town, he would invite me around, and I would make my own relationship and connections with these guys and stuff. So shout out to Dub B from Seattle. You know what I'm saying? I made so many memories at his C Real Studios, making all this music, you know what I'm saying, coming up with the Loonies and Spice One, and I just had a ton of people through there, man. It was huge.
Right. Yeah. I was going to say, I was there, man, for real. Because we had them on the podcast too. We had Busy Bone was the first. Was he like the first one?
Yeah, it went Busy Bone, Crazy Bone, then Lazy Bone.
Yeah, then Lazy Bone and then Crazy Bone, then Lazy Bone, which we had the honor.
Crazy Bone is the only one I don't know. I know we got
our manager's contact. I'll hook you up.
No, I don't need to hook up. I'm boned out. You feel? Okay. I'm boned out.
Okay. Right.
I'm boned out. I think last time they was out here and shit, we was hanging. I think Flesh and Bone was just out of jail. And I learned that Flesh and Bone is Lazy Bone's real brother, you know?
Yep.
And Flesh and Bone, while we were standing outside the hotel, he was like, man, I ain't been in Seattle in so-and-so amount of years. He was like, I got a son in Seattle or a daughter in Seattle. He got like a kid in Seattle, you know?
Yep. So, I was about to say off the Man of Honor, and shout out to all of them on the Man of Honor. What was one of your favorite songs off of the Man of Honor?
Damn, the one with Sibo or the one with Rich. Either the one with Sibo called Designer or the one with Rich called Like Me. And there's a singer on there from Akron, Ohio named Smigs. And then Rich comes with his verse. Those are my two favorite songs. And then back to the Jay Diggs one. The Jay Diggs, we did that video. That happened so fast. Jay Diggs hit me at midnight and was like, I'm landing in Seattle. You want to do a video tomorrow? And I was like, damn, bro, I got my daughter. It's like hella last minute. Let me call the cameraman and see if he's available because we do need one. And he was like, all right, call him. Boom. Like it came together so fast. And we made it. And he was like, oh, yeah, I'm flying out at 4:00 too. And I was like, damn. I was like, I ain't even going to wake up until like 10. And then to get ready, get everybody in order, get like, damn. So we ended up making it happen though. You feel me? He came, we did the video in 2 hours. My cameraman came, pulled out my old school 87 Monte Carlo with T-tops for the video. I don't think I never put it in one before. I did a long time ago, but not when it looked like this on new rims and all this shit. But yeah, bro, shit, we did that one. It's on the album. It's, you know,
Millionaire Mindset.
Millionaire Mindset. Jay Diggs came to Seattle. This is how me and Rich do a lot of our albums too. Come to Seattle and knock that motherfucker out in one night.
Yeah.
The whole album in one night. All 10 songs, maybe 2 nights. Like come in, knock it out, 5 songs. Rich will stay up all night and do it. Me and Jay Diggs stayed up all night and did it too. But I think he came back and did, you know what I'm saying, like 2 more songs the next day or something.
I was about to say, I wasn't like, because Rich the Factor is one hard worker. Like, he makes albums like Currency. Like, Currency makes like mixtapes, like, same way Rich the Factor make albums. And I feel like with Rich and Currency, they need, which that would be a dope collab one year. I always push that. Like, how is it his worth ethic just in the studio, in his chemistry?
Rich is real laid back. Rich doesn't talk a lot.
Nope.
But you know what I'm saying? But when he does talk, you know, it's pure game. You feel me? So I just be soaking it up, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, Rich just comes in, we smoke a gang of weed, we got the beat rolling, and Rich gets to writing his rap either on paper or in his phone. And then he goes in the booth and he drops his verse, and then we're on to the next or something. You feel me? Because Rich is here for a night or two. Maybe I'll start getting on like the first 2 or 3, but then it comes like to be a time issue, and we're like, man, why are we gonna sit here and do the whole album, me and you, back and forth, when you got to get back to KC and you're only here for a day? You just keep knocking out your verses. I'll keep telling my engineer, just run it to the next one. We got Rich's verse and hook on that one. Okay, move it, pull up the next beat. Let Rich write to that one. And we're there all night just doing it like that. Rich is just writing, we're smoking, we're, you know what I'm saying, just joking. And he's in the booth knocking his verse out onto the next, you know what I'm saying, just quick, like, you know, not too quick, but, you know what I'm saying, at a pace where we're knocking out 10 songs in 10 hours type deal, you know?
Yep. What's next for you? What's next for you?
Shit, really, I got 10 new albums coming out, like I said, and 10 new videos. I got a new video with Drew Down from Oakland, the Pimp of the Year. We just did a whole new album together, and we got a visual coming out like tomorrow at midnight, I think, or tomorrow afternoon or something. You feel me? So that's one. And then I got a new album coming out with Joe Blow, who the Jacka was, you know what I'm saying, co-signing for and putting out. Joe Blow from Oakland. I got a whole album with him. Then I'm rewinding the Hands of Time. I got a whole album with my homegirl Marvelous, who's my favorite girl rapper from Sacramento, California from the 90s. And she just came to Seattle. We knocked down a whole album. I got a new album coming out with Mozzie's old producer, I think, June on the beat. He did all the beats. He did all the hooks. He did a verse on every song. I got a new album coming out with Juice from Bullies with Fullies from San Francisco, California.
Oh, wait, shout out to Juice. I was about to ask you, how's it working with Juice?
Man, Juice has been a good friend for many years. I used to go to his house and sleep on his couch, you know what I'm saying, when I was coming up, you know what I'm saying, and he always had my back and protected me and said, DZ, you can wear your chains around me. I got a big ass gun, you feel me? Like, just always had my back, just always been a real guy. I'm glad he's home. He just did like 6 or 7 years in the bid, like from getting into some shit in Seattle or something. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna elaborate on it. You'll do an interview and he'll elaborate on it. But yeah,
Right.
I'm glad he's home. And as soon as bro got home, I was like, I got a few dollars for you. Let's do an album. You know what I'm saying? I want to see you do good. And just, you know what I'm saying? He's always doing good though. But shit, just had to get one in with Juice. And I got the one with Marvelous, and I got the one with Drew Down. I got the one with Joe Blow. Just came out with the one. I got another one coming out with Rich called The Whale Museum, and I got the one with June on the beat, and I'm doing one with Old School Domino, Sweet Potato Pie Domino.
Oh, shout out to Domino. I was about to ask you, I wasn't working with Domino, because that's another dude. Like, and shout out to Chill, that's another person. And Free Chill, matter of fact, because Chill was on one of my favorite songs, Tales from the Hood, off the Tales from the Hood soundtrack. Like, how's it working with Domino? Because anybody and nobody really knows this, but he was born in Missouri, St. Louis.
I didn't know.
Me too. I didn't even know that either.
Domino's tight. I love Domino and shit. Honestly, we hooked up back in maybe like 2007. He was in Seattle, hanging out in Bellevue or some shit. I can't remember how we crossed paths. Somebody either hooked us up or I just organically ran into him, and we built a connection since, you know what I'm saying, 2007. He was like on a compilation that I was putting together, and I got a verse from him and put him on there, and always had the connection with him. And then just as of recent, I put him on a new song that I got with Ice-T, and I put him on a new song that I got with Snoop Dogg. And it's me, Domino, and Ice-T, and me, Domino, and Snoop, and he just killed those hooks. I told Domino, like, bro, I ain't really heard you doing much music lately. Like, I've been having some tight beats and albums and shit popping. Like, come to Seattle, let's do a group project, like, you know what I mean, and do a video and some of that dope shit singing that you be doing, you know? And he was like, let's do it. So it's up and coming. It hasn't happened yet, but it's in the works. And like I said, I just did a few new things with Domino. So you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to he's already back, you know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to bring him back. You feel me?
Oh, you coming back hard, because if you're gonna have, and shout out to OG Ice-T, he's another legend who shows a lot of love. Yeah. And Snoop, which, you know, Missionary is coming out, and which we had the chance to talk to the producers who's on that album. You know what I'm saying? Like, having Domino on that, like, that's gonna be crazy. I know it's gonna be nuts.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts, bro.
That's gonna be nuts. I ain't gonna feel that. Like,
it's nuts, and I ain't gonna fake the funk. I got the Ice-T verse from a buddy of mine. I never do this. Everybody I rap with, I know them personally, and we do it in Seattle and shit. But like, who even gets an Ice-T verse? You feel me? My boys like, I got an Ice-T verse. You want it? And I was like, what? Hell yeah, I want, like, you got the verse like all in the Pro Tools session, like the real verse. Like, so I got the verse from him, and I made my song, you know what I'm saying, with a brand new beat, and I got Domino on there, and that's how the Ice-T one happened. But shout out to Ice-T. I hope he hears it. And I know Domino already loves it because he heard Ice-T's verse, and I love it. And shout out to my boy who got me the verse, and hopefully when I go to put it out, I'm able to put it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Are they going to say, hold on, Ice-T's too big time. You need some type of paperwork or something to put this out. Who knows? You know?
Yeah.
Knowing Ice-T, and shout out to his daughter, TT. Like, TT's real one. And knowing Ice-T, he'll probably love it, because think about Ice-T, as long as you working for hip hop, he don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Because the verse he did is so hard. It's not only 16 bars, it's like 24 bars. It's so hard. It's like the hardest Ice-T verse I ever heard. Like, I can't believe it's on my track. You feel like, I don't know if I feel that way because it's mine or if it really is, but I can't wait for you guys and everybody else to hear it and remind everybody that Ice-T is dope.
Right. Hey, you never know. Hey, we might have to see what's up with that. Hey, shit, because shout out to Trench, because, you know, Trench is real cool with motherfucking Ice-T. So
like Dottie by Nature Trench.
Yeah. We fuck with him hard.
I grew up on Dottie by Nature too, man. I was listening to the Queen Latifah when she was rapping with Dottie by Nature. I was listening to Digital Underground when Tupac was rapping with Digital Underground. Come on, man.
RP Shock G.
I'm throwback. You feel me? Like I told you, I came up on Lionel Richie and Michael Jackson and Tina Turner and shit like that. Paul McCartney. You feel me? The righteous, but James Brown, like shit like that. You feel me? So a lot of people came up on, and that's why my music it resonates how it resonates, and it is what it is because of that. I believe. You feel me? And then NWA and Ice Cube and Eazy-E and Tupac and Too Short, and you feel me? I got a gumbo pot of music, like, you know what I mean? So my music's different than a lot of other people. I like to call it reality rap. You feel me? Because it's my realities. I don't just be making shit up when I be rapping. You know what I'm saying? I like everything I ever rap about is reality. So I call it reality rap. It's not gangster rap. It's not hip hop rap. I call it reality rap. That's the category my music goes in. And yeah, bro, shit. I just be knocking albums out with all my favorite rappers. That's what I'm on right now. I'm about to do one with Spice One next.
Oh, that's another person. That's another person we had on the show, and we got contacts with. And shout out to Pizzo, because Pizzo's the one that helped Spice One. And matter of fact, Spice One is just dope. Anyway,
when I was first coming up, Spice One used to, before I even had a spot in Seattle, Spice One used to come and stay at my mom and dad's house in the basement for a whole week while we did songs and hung out. And he used to bring his Xbox and be playing video games, and we was smoking weed and hanging out. And he was telling stories, you know what I'm saying, to me about Tupac and everything. Like, Spice One is low key like my guy for real.
He's awesome.
Oh, he's awesome. He's so dope.
Awesome. I think a lot of these guys ain't even getting the credit they deserve to get. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'd much rather listen to Sibo than Little Uzi Vert. And I'd much rather listen to Too Short than Little Pump. And I'd much rather listen to, you know what I'm saying, Eazy-E than 6ix9ine and shit like that. You feel me? And so music's going in a whole different direction, and artists are going in a whole different direction because young kids are growing up like how I grew up on, who I grew up on. Those people are so outdated, and then maybe their parents weren't playing, you know what I'm saying, some of like how my parents were, like, so they're growing up on Little Uzi Vert and Little Pumps and 6ix9ine. And so the sound of music is going that way because they're influenced by these people. I'm influenced by Tupac and Too Short and Eazy-E. Like, so that's why my shit's like coming out like this. And that's why their shit's coming out like this. Not to say one's better than the other, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I came up listening to like bars and beats and like, ooh, did you hear what Nas just said? Did you hear what Biggie said? Like, I'm about lyrics and beats and not this like cornball, like kind of, you know what I'm saying, like a little kid rap type deal. You feel me? You know, you guys know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, right. Just that, you know what I'm saying, that type of shit. You just be like, okay, it's pointless rap to me because it's just pointless. Okay, you got songs, but at the end of the day, like, your songs is like a same fucking tempo. You know what I'm saying? The same fucking. Remember it was times that people would be like, okay, you hear something cool and it just sticks to your head. Like, some of this shit don't even stick to your head.
I don't even listen to it. I'd rather pop it till my casket drops than even give that shit a listen.
Facts.
You hear me?
For real. You know what's so crazy is, and that's why I love about it, because ever since the change look like it's another change coming now because of Kendrick pushing it back to what people really wanted to be at. You know what I'm saying? Like with the lyrics, because everybody was just looking at the typical songs, and no shots at Drake, but at the end of the day, it was just like, okay, we tired of listening to this type of fucking songs on mainstream, even though everybody don't look at mainstream like that because you still got your independent base. You know what I'm saying?
There's still like a guy or two like Young Jeezy or Rick Ross or Fabulous or Jadakiss or something that's keeping it, you know, saying like kind of like, you know, in mainstream, like in that direction, you know what I mean, where hip hop really comes from. But yeah, bro, you already know we're on the same page about these cornballs with this pointless rap. Yeah, but everybody's just influenced by who they're influenced by, and rap's going the way that it's going, and the people that are You know, there's always going to be people that be listening to different things that are going to contribute in different ways, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
And I was about to ask you too. Have you ever met Jacka? RP to Jacka, and you got any stories with Jacka?
Come on, man. The place
He's
that I'm
on the
sitting
CD.
at, the place that I'm
Already.
sitting, the place that I'm sitting at right now in my car, me and Jacka hung out all night, and Rich was with me, and Jack was with me, and Rich and Jack did a song, and I forget Rich. I might have dropped him off at the hotel, and Jack pulled up to my house with me, and I couldn't even wake him up. I was trying to wake him up. Jack, wake up! We're outside my house. Let's go in and lay down for a minute or something. You feel me? Like we've been up all night at the studio smoking. Jack's rolling these big ass rolling papers. Shout out Jack. That's why I smoke rolling papers now and shit. So I used to smoke Swishers, but I'm trying to just be as healthy as I could be. Plus, I just like the way they smoke, and you can really taste the weed. I don't smoke tobacco no more. I got that out of my life, you know? I was smoking Swishers, but Jack, I couldn't wake him up. I went upstairs. I done laid down for like 5 hours. Came back. Jack's still asleep in my car 5 hours later after I laid down, took a shower, came back, had some bags of chips and some, gave it to Jack, like, yo, let's get in traffic. Went to the mall, was hanging out all day. He bought the Patrick Ewing, shoes and just we was hanging all day and shit. Like, and then he got killed 1 week later.
Damn.
Or 2 weeks later. He was in Seattle fucking with me, I'm saying, a couple weeks before he got killed. He was in Seattle fucking with this other guy who just got killed, doing music with him, and so Jack was in Seattle, but I knew Jack before that though. Like, that's why when I ran into Jack, he's like, damn, where you been, DZ? I've been looking for you. Me and Jack was hanging out back in 2006 when we did our first song, and he came to Seattle. He was in Seattle. I was doing music with Ryder J. Clyde from the Mob Figures and FedEx from the Mob Figures, and just got introduced to Jack. And I had a buddy named 151 that was connected with the Mob Figures, and Sebo's connected with the Mob Figures, and so the Mob Figures was always my partners. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
Shout out to them guys. They was
Right.
doing
Shout out to Bob Figures. Right.
they was doing little shows in Seattle. Like, didn't bro say he got robbed at a
Yeah. It was a hustler. It was a hustler show.
Where was that at? In Seattle?
Some place outside of, like, it was not downtown Seattle, like the part I would know,
like a little outskirt, like Kent or Renton or some shit like
something
that.
like that. Yeah, and
yeah, that's where they be having little rap concerts and shit. I'm trying to have one in Seattle for once. You know what I mean? Like, and they be having them in Seattle, but it'd be like Rick Ross or Snoop Dogg. I'm trying to have Sebo in downtown Seattle. You know what I mean?
Thanks.
Like some shit. Rich the Factor in downtown Seattle. Yuck Mouth in downtown Seattle. Like, you feel me?
X
So,
Stadium. Take him
I'm
to
gonna
X
try to get
Stadium.
into
That place is good.
I'm gonna just try to get into some. What'd you say? What spot?
Take him to X Stadium.
X Stadium. My boy Amir, he owns that. He ain't trying to have no Sebo rap concert.
Oh.
We just actually ran it. Me and Sebo was sitting down by X Stadium, and Amir just came to the door and said, "What's up?" Because he's a buddy of mine, and said, "Sebo, what? You're one of my favorite rappers." Like, yo, DZ, bring Sebo to X Stadium, VIP, everything on me to this weekend. Come bring him through. And we never even went because I'll be having my daughter every day. Matter of fact, my girl's calling on the other line 10 times right now while we.
Yeah, we gotta wrap this up anyways to keep it under.
Yeah. Over
close
an
to
hour
an hour if
anyway.
possible.
Right.
We got enough. You'll chop it out, or you'll chop it up, or you'll leave it as long as you want to leave it, bro. It was good talking with you guys.
Man.
I appreciate you having me. I had a good time. I'm gonna spread the word. I'm gonna repost it. I'm gonna get a little trailer made. Send me the YouTube link. Man, shout out to both you guys, bro. If you ever come to Seattle, hit me. And then, bro, from Canada, if next time you come to Seattle, hit me, and we'll get up. It's good.
That's for sure.
Yeah, most definitely. We're gonna tap
in.
If you ever come to KC, I'm coming regardless, man.
It's all good. I'm gonna tap in with you if I come back to KC. I'm not sure when I'm coming and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like I said, I got a brand new daughter, and she's taking up a lot of my time and a lot of my mobility and shit. You feel me? Because I'm trying to be there 24/7. But yeah, bro. But check out some more of my music, my videos, my albums with Rich the Factor, and all that shit. And just, you know what I'm saying, get up on it because you're late.
Right, facts, and that's real shit too. And this ain't even this. This is one of the fucking interviews too. We're gonna have to have you back on the show.
Come on, it's all good, and I'm gonna try to get you some more guys like Amp and Jay Diggs and stuff like that to get on here. You know what I'm saying? To keep your
Who I need if we're asking for favors. I mean, I would love to obviously Stir Mix-a-Lot. I've been chasing him for years, trying to get.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it happen. He's too
okay.
Okay. He's always going to throw that shot in.
Obviously,
let's just be realistic, because like I don't even have a song with Sir Mix-a-Lot. We've been talking about doing it. Sometimes I'll be messaging him. Sometimes he responds. Sometimes he doesn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
it's just the game.
For me to ask him for this is like
I hear it.
Right. That's real shit.
It's more you get at him and you're like, yo, bro, I want to get you on my show, and he's more.
I've been trying. I've hounded him every way possible.
Well, even with that, just know that eventually you'll make it happen, because you're that type of guy, and just don't give up. You know.
Yeah, you manifest it.
Don't be man. You manifest it. Don't be too overly aggressive, and just, you know what I'm saying, hit them up here and there and let them know you're thinking about them and you want to do it.
Right, and it's crazy because we manifest so much in these past years, and like it's about to be 5 years.
You said you had Spice One, and you had this
Trench, DOC, bro. Like,
man, you guys are doing great, bro. I wanted to be. I was like, what, Sibo? You got what? Let me get on there. I want to get on there.
Yeah, and that was another dream of mine. Like, cause I was, and shout out to Big Court, because I was over there like, yo, man, he finally got Sibo. Like, I be champion niggas when I see like favorite rappers I grew up on, and when Bo came to the shit, and he didn't. Is it my shit?
But no, bro, you don't even know you met Sibo because of me, because I had Sibo down there by the stadium. Is that where you met him at? You was coming out.
Yep.
Yeah, I had him down there. You know what I'm saying? Waiting on me.
That's love.
I was there like 5 minutes before you or after you, and he was probably still outside, type deal. You know?
Yeah.
And that's love, because that's crazy, because I met Sibo and Free Papa Willow, and we gotta show that picture. I gotta give you that picture on here so we could put on. I meant to put it on here when we did the Sibo stuff, because I met Sibo with Papa Willow at a motherfucking event with motherfucking Looney Coleon.
Hey, so that's one of them scenarios. Like I said, I'm just one of them ones. I just be getting lucky. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit was Sibo. That was meant to be, man. You made it happen.
Yeah, that was awesome. Right. It was. What we need from you before you crash while driving and on being on this thing. Let's get you home safe.
He said crashing. You would think about the worst shit ever.
Shut up, Prince, for a sec. Can you, DZ? Can you just do a drop? Can you just do the drop that introduces the episode? Just say that you're coming up on this episode of I Only Touch Greatness podcast. Oh, did we lose him?
He's probably just the connection. He might have a dead zone. He might have a dead zone.
Or his phone died.
I don't think so.
It's doing what a phone died. But I got him. I can always get it on Snapchat.
And if so, he just have him just tell him to do a job. You there?
Oh, there he is. Yo, copy.
Yeah, we got. Oh,
no, now he's gone. Okay.
Hold on, he might come back in. Hold on, he might come back in.
Like, I gotta go.
I know. When he come in, you gotta get the drop.
There he is.
Yo, you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, here go the drop.
Hang on. We gotta make sure it's good. It's a little choppy.
I see him. There you go.
Hey.
You ready?
Sure, go ahead.
Yep.